Greetings, folks. I'm pleading now with our Taoiseach Simon Harris and our Taoiseach Micheál Martin to please intervene in relation to this horrendous story of Tori, Towey, an Irish lady who's 28, I believe, from Roscommon, who was trapped in Dubai now, who is after being a victim of one of the most grossest, sickest forms of domestic violence. I'm pleading now. Ye have the power, Simon Harris, you have the power, Micheál Martin, to intervene and get this lady on a plane home, get her passport sorted and get her back to Roscommon, to where she belongs, away from this torture. I believe her mother is gone out to be with her. Look, please fly this lady home immediately. We need to stand up for Irish women, both in Ireland and abroad, in relation to domestic violence. Look, the people of Ireland now have reached out to me, and they said, there was Michael Healy-Rae, of the Healy-Rae cartel dynasty, shouting and roaring in the Dáil yesterday, saying that, he wasn't for the hate speech and he'd be voting no for it. And that, he's deeply upset about comments and images of his late mother. That were used in social media. I haven't seen these images or these comments about his late mother, and may her gentle soul rest in peace. So I don't know what he was ranting and raving about in relation to that. But I looked at the clip, and there was something very contrived going on between him and Simon Harris, about this online abuse. I've got severe online abuse, better than any of them. But the one thing I can say about my social media campaign is I'm telling the truth. I'm telling factual truths. And RTE aren't giving us, the Irish people, the truth. The Irish Independent aren't giving the Irish people the truth. And the Examiner, in my opinion, aren't giving the Irish people the truth. So if we didn't have social media, if we didn't have TikTok, and we didn't have Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram, the people of Ireland, wouldn't know what's going on. So I actually think there's great benefits to putting out the truth on social media. And look, who's Michael Healy-Rae to talk like? Think about it now. There's 3 of them in Kerry County Council elected. That's going to be now in the next 5 years a salary of $750,000 for the Healy-Rae cartel dynasty. Between Danny and Michael alone, sure, they're getting a salary of about 1.2 million plus, including expenses for their 3 years in the Dáil, right? Then they're getting 1.3 million Michael's getting for housing Ukrainians. And that was only last year alone. Then they've got, huge contracts with Kerry County Council, where they've got, I believe over €2 million in salaries in relation to jobs they've completed. Now, somebody does have to do the work, and, fair play to them. I could never say that they aren't hard workers. But, Michael now trying to come on and saying he doesn't want the hate speech, and, he's, in my opinion, what went on there in the Dáil yesterday between himself and Simon Harris was very, it was very contrived. And, the Irish people are awake now to what's going on, and they see right through it. And again, look, when you think back of Michael McNamara, shouldn't there have been initial flag raised when he was going as an MEP for Europe? He was a barrister, so he's part of the system. And Kieran Maloney, shouldn't there be another flag raised with him? He was also part of the system because he worked with RTE. That's part of the system. And, for these two people to trust the Irish people to vote him in as independents, and then they turn around and stab the Irish people in the back by turning their backs and going into Fianna Fáil. Like, how many more Independent Ireland TDs are people running for Independent Ireland are going to jump on the Fianna Fáil or the Fine Gael bandwagon, whichever they want to do. In Europe, like we, the people of Ireland, we're becoming very aware that the salaries now for these MEPs a year, they're getting between 700 and 800,000 a year. That's nearly 5 million euros a year. And technically, when you think about it, they don't get to make any laws, these clowns that we sent out to you, that you, the great Irish people, voted out to Europe. They just vote on, but they're not complicit in making any law changes, you know. And in my opinion, these are being paid so much that they are going along with the system. You know, if you pay them enough, and bribe them enough, these people, in my opinion, you know, they'll get, you know, they'll get to keep their mouth shut and vote every law passed through. But these people now might regret it, yes, when this out of controlled, you know, current crisis of criminality rates are increasing every day in our country by the level of undocumented and unvetted migrants coming into this country. But, you know, these people might regret what their actions when you know, when this will come to their own doorstep, and I hope it doesn't, but like that, you know, when it affects people on a personal level, they might understand that, you know, it's not acceptable to do and implement this EU migration pact, you know, and think it's okay to affect you and me, the great Irish people, without not having any consequences on themselves. So, you know, like the crime rate in Ireland is increasing every day. Look, we see Tulsa there today have come out with a statement that there's a massive increase in unprecedented numbers of unaccompanied minors into Tulsa care over the last 24 months. These are separated children seeking international protection, asylum. And look, sure, we all know what's gone on there with Roderick O'Gorman and what he's done, and how all these children have gone. Some of these children have gone missing in their care. It's actually frightening, guys. We're living in a very dangerous society. You know, I'm saying it all along. We need to wake up, guys. We need to, you know, call out the corruption for what it is. I've told truth on my social media. You know, the people of Ireland now are listening to it, are listening to the truth. They you know, they can see exactly what's going on with people. And, you know, but there are still some people in Ireland that are still in a coma. Look, so guys, we need to wake up now. Look, I want everyone now, I'm calling on the great people of Kerry now, that, you know, to come out now and vote number one for me, Michelle Keane, because I am keen on my county. And I'm calling on the great people of Kerry to come out and vote number one for me in the upcoming general election. Goramila Mahagav.